Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is a very exciting cozy crochet vlog because I actually got picked for my first crochet pattern test. I have been wanting to do one for a while, but it kind of had to be like the perfect scenario because I have limited amounts of time, so it had to be something that I was excited about in order to dedicate my time and money to it, and then it also had to be something that I felt like I could do. So we are going to be making the quilt block top by Katie of All Crafts on Instagram. I just happened to see it. I was like, I'll apply, I'll see what happens, and I got picked. So I am so excited to go on this journey with you all. It is such a cute top. I'm obsessed with quilt stars. I can't help it. I was excited to pick colors, and I just got that yarn in, so I thought we could start this vlog by just talking about the yarn that I picked. So the creator of the pattern used the Hobie 848, I'm pretty sure it's the smaller one, the 84 yarn, which is 100% cotton, and no shade to them at all. It's just not a place I currently want to order from. If you kind of know the whole like AI drama, like I think if you have that yarn already in your stash, great, use it. I am not into waste. I do also believe in second chances, so maybe I'll order from them in the future, but as of right now, I decided to kind of go ahead and find an alternative to use for this project. Same weight, same fiber. So I was also looking for something that was 100% cotton, and I also didn't want to spend a fortune, to be honest. So I went ahead and ordered from Lind Hobby for the first time, and it's one of those things where it's like, is this too good to be true? Because the cost is like honestly amazing. I think I paid $30 for all of this yarn, and it's enough for like different projects, because I thought, because since I was already ordering, I wanted to pick up some yarn for maybe a future knitting project. So let's talk about yarn real quick. So I ended up going with the drop saffron yarn. It is 100% cotton. It is, I'm pretty sure, a size 2 weight yarn. It does feel like a stiffer cotton, but maybe because it's thinner, it'll work up and be nice and drapey. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have anything else to compare it to. I don't know what the Hobie cotton yarn feels like, and I've never had a cotton yarn this small. So this is the color scheme I am going for. These are the 4 colors I plan to use. I'm really excited to see the quilt star worked up in this. I went ahead and made a chart on Canva to kind of plan out colors because I was super overwhelmed, but I have been loving butter yellow, and I have been loving this like matcha green color, and I just thought these two complemented it really well. So I'm excited to get started. This is going to be like my background color, and this is going to be the rest of my stars. So if you're curious, this is color 10, this is color 31, this is color 18, and this is color 6. If you're curious about this other yarn that I have back here, I thought I'd just maybe tease this. I also went ahead and ordered the Drops Bell because it's similar in content to the Sans Garn Lena, which is another good summer fiber. It's 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen, and it's just like a fraction of the price of the Sans Garn one. So I thought, since I was ordering these, I'd order this because it looks like it would be great for a summer like tank top or t-shirt. I haven't really decided, and I got color 26 and color 8. I thought it would be a great basic, so maybe we'll see something with this in the future. I just thought I'd talk about my whole entire order. So this is my first crochet pattern test. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I'm excited to see how it goes in case I want to do more of these in the future. It's definitely going to be something that is a rare occurrence because, like you all know, I don't have a ton of time, but it is something I am interested in. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I started working on the pattern, and I'm trying to do it with fidelity because of the fact that this is my first crochet pattern test. So I just worked up the gauge swatch, and here it is. I have some thoughts. This is a very splitty yarn. And remember, this is the Drops Saffron, very splitty. It's also very small compared to what I'm used to working with. It does feel nice once it's worked up, like a nice kind of drapey fabric, so that's good. I'm also worried about how holey it is. Oh, I guess we'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead and measure this. I need it 4 by 4, which it is. It's not a square. I can tell you that right now just by looking at it. And do not judge. I got my toddler's snail measuring tape because it is all I could find. So the, okay, so the width is 3¼ inches. Well, 3 inches, 3¼ inches. And the height is 3¾ inches. It's 15 stitches by 15 stitches. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I can like pull it. Now it's like a perfect square. It's still like 3½ inches by 3½ inches. Here's my thoughts. Okay, so I don't want to go up a hook size to get the 4-inch gauge because of the fact that I don't want this to be any holier than it already is. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, should I have gotten the Hobie yarn instead of going off script to get something else? Because maybe it's thicker than this, because even though they're technically the same way, maybe they're like not. So I have that thought. The other thing is I just bought another clover hook size 4 because I cannot find mine, and this is the only size 4 hook that I could find, and it is Susan Bates, and it's terrible. I absolutely hate it, so I don't want to do the whole project with this hook because I would go insane, I think. Yeah, so I have another one coming tomorrow because where do they go? And that's it. That's kind of my thoughts. I'm thinking I'm going to just wait for that clover size 4 hook. I'm going to knit the larger size because I was trying to decide between two. So I'll crochet the larger size in case my gauge is running smaller, or since it is, I guess I should say. And we'll see what happens. So that's kind of where I'm at. Got some knowledge, some info from this, and I'm thinking I kind of want to do like one of those cool girl like gauge swatch bulletin boards that I can keep adding to over the years of crocheting and knitting. So that's where we're at. I just thought I would do this little check-in, and when I get my size 4 hook, we will go ahead and get started on the actual pattern and see how it goes, and I'll check in later. I have an update, not a great one. I am starting over. So this is where we got to before I made that decision. And like, okay, there's only a couple increases left. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. So, and I know it's more form-fitting. The things that size up if you have a bigger chest, I don't think my chest is that large. But my gauge was off, so I sized up one because I was kind of in between sizes. Not in between, but like in between deciding between two sizes. So I just picked the larger one. But now I'm thinking I should have went up 2. So I just cut this off. Maybe we'll use this for something. I'm not feeling like pressed for yarn, so I don't feel the need to unravel this right now. Maybe we'll use it for something. I don't know. Maybe we can turn it into something for my toddler. Not entirely sure. It does feel nice worked up. See like how drapey it is. So that's a good thing for the like actual yarn. So that's nice. I will say it is kind of a bummer that, you know, yesterday the work that I did is for nothing in a way. Like it feels like it is, but it's like a step in the right direction, right? So we're starting over, making the next largest size. I am just worried that it's still not going to be big enough. But it is more form-fitting, and I am not used to that, right? But the back is gonna, I think we'll be okay. We go up 1, we'll be okay. We'll see how it goes. All right, so that's my update. Let's do this again. I will say I am so happy to have a clover hook again. I could have not done the garment in this. the whole entire time. So I think I'm just gonna put on some TV, drink my coffee, restart this. I got my chart that I was working from that makes it easy. I got some bobbins wound up because I am feeling like that makes things easier. And let's just restart. It's my solo Sunday time. I'm not gonna worry about the fact that I have to redo it because it is what it is. I'm gonna put this together in a little project bag. I just have to show you, look how cute this butter pouch is. Isn't it adorable? I'll link it if it's still available. Such a good deal on this. So I'm just gonna put my hook in, the bobbin, scissors, pen, because I've been working with this chart. All right, throw this all in a bag and get started. Let's go. I needed to like drink my coffee before making this decision because I was like, I'm just gonna start over. I'll just start over, but I don't need to start completely over. I was like, I'll just start over, keep this one, but I can just take this back and make it larger because part of this one for this size is similar up to a certain point for the next larger size I was going to do. So I'm just going to take this back a little bit until where it's, you know, like the same, and then start working up the next larger size. So that's kind of where we're at. Hit a bit of a snag, but that's okay. I want it to be perfect. I want it to be wearable. I'm watching some YouTube. We got my doggie with me. Oh, she's sassy. And I'm just gonna get back to a good point on this in the next size. Morning, I thought we could just do a quick little update on our test patterns because yes, now there's two. I follow Woolly Mama Crochet on Instagram and she had just posted about like the cutest little pumpkin granny square. And one thing about me is I love fall. Okay, I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite things. And I was like, a granny square, like that's such a quick workup. Like I can do that. I have the yarn already. Not a big deal. I couldn't help it. I applied for that one. Got it done super quick. So I showed you that, but I'm going to give you a little close up and then we'll check in on the Quilt Star tank top that I've also been working on. So here is the first one. Like, look how cute. It's just so good. She did an amazing job and I can't wait for everyone to have the chance to do this. And by the time this video is out, it should be available. So I will link it, but it's just so cute. So these are the colors that she did. So I just kind of recreated that with the yarn that I had on hand and it's adorable. But then someone in the tester group chat did this color combo. I have to weave in the end still, but I was like, wait, that is so perfect. I didn't even think of that, like changing the stem to like this green color. And I had this peachy orangey color with the brown. Oh, it's so good. But now all I can think about is making a blanket, alternating these and doing like a checkerboard kind of vibe blanket, and it would just look so beautiful. So let me know if you want to see a video like that. Maybe it's a series where we can kind of keep working on it and doing check-ins and things like that. I also saw some other people doing like a purple. I'm not a big purple person, to be honest, and I really like fall, like orangey browns colors. But I saw someone do like a purple background, which was really cute. Some people got creative and did like, you know, the greeny blue pumpkins, and some people use like variegated yarn, and it was just really cool to see all the variations because it helped me do this one. And yeah, I'm really considering doing that. So let me know if you think I should start working on a fall blanket so it can actually be done around fall time. I also finally finished the front panel on the Quilt Star tank top.
So here it is. It's so cute. It's finally coming together. So I've just had to like realize that my yarn must be thinner than the yarn that they're using. So I had to just size up a lot. And then also another thing that I did that is suggested in her pattern is adding rows to the bottom here for the length that you want. So if I would have stopped when the her pattern said, it would have been like a bralette on me, and I just think that's the yarn, the tension, etc. So this is how it's looking. It's so cute. I'm really excited to finally have half of it done. I mean, half. Like, I'm gonna still have all these other things to do to put it together, but we got one panel done. I like the colors. I like how drapey it is. So, even though maybe the yarn is thinner, maybe that's better for like the garment. It's not going to feel so like big on me. So here's the back. I split some bobbins up in some areas. In some areas I just carried the yarn because I feel like when I do it in the stitches, it just shows too much. So I don't think that's gonna bother me at all. Here's where I'm at in the back panel. Not too much. I think I'm gonna work on this during my solo Sunday time, maybe work up another pumpkin granny square, but I also need to figure out how many more rows I need to add that I added to the front to make it work out because I lengthened the first one, so I need to lengthen the back one. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. And then that's basically it. That's all the check-ins in terms of like pattern testing that I've been doing. It's been really fun. Like, it hasn't been stressful, maybe a little bit on like the quilt top just because of like the sizing and things like that. Those are all notes that I can put in, but I think it's just like a different variation in yarn. And I was like, I'm not going to let this stress me out. I'm just going to keep sizing up and just go for it. Also went to my first like sip and stitch event. So that local yarn store that I went to, they were having like their sip and stitch on Thursday, and I finally got the chance to go, and it was so fun. I'm gonna keep going back. I got more of that yarn that I purchased last time, so I'm gonna keep going back on Thursdays and just get to know them more. It was just really fun to listen. I feel like a listener. They were asking me questions, getting to know me. I was talking about the pattern test that I was doing. I was talking to them about what they were working on, and it was fun. So I just thought I'd share that little update with you. It's nice to find like a group of people local-ish to me. It's like a half an hour from my house, that I can talk to about this thing that I love to do. So that's the update here. I'm going to keep working on the tank top, and hopefully next time we chat, I will have at least that back panel done, and maybe we can start with the assembly process. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, we are finally done. Here is the full reveal on the Quilt Star tank top. I did just kind of show you a little bit, but I'm wearing it now. It's absolutely stunning. I'm so happy with it. I was getting some fatigue with this project at the end, so I'm glad to be done and starting the next thing, and I love the finished product. I am not really a tank top girly. Like, I did put this on, and it's one of those where like,
what bra do you wear with it? Like if I have a bra on, it's just gonna have bra straps, and for me, I am just more comfortable like this with a shirt underneath, and I think it's kind of cool the way it looks. So, you know, if this isn't the way you'd wear it, that's cool, but I like it like this. I think it looks really nice. So to finish out the vlog, I thought we could just recap on the test patterns that we completed in this video. So obviously we have the Quilt Star tank top by Katie of All Crafts. By the time this video goes up, I'm not entirely sure if it'll be out yet because I think technically the testing window is still open, but I will update the description with that information as soon as it is out, or you can follow her on social media so you can, you know, keep up to date on the release information for this tank top. I absolutely love it. If you know me, you know I just love this Quilt Star motif. I have done like a barn quilt for our barn shed thing outside. Just something about it that I absolutely love. I can't quilt, but I'm gonna put this on everything else. I really like the color combination that I picked. I think it is so summery and cute. I wonder if there is a way for me to hack this or like make my own where I can turn this into like a t-shirt raglan style situation with a quilt star on it instead of it being a tank top. But I'm still obsessed with this one and I love it. It's just something I'm thinking about maybe I could do in the future. Not anytime soon. I am taking a break from this. Let's go ahead and talk about yarn next. I used the Drops Saffron 100% cotton. I talked about the exact colors at the beginning, but I went off script from the pattern because they were using a Hobie cotton. They were using the one that was the fine yarn. So technically it's supposed to be the same size, but there's just no way it could be. I could tell from the pictures that hers looked bigger and I just kept second guessing myself, but I didn't want to order from Hobie. So I got this and I just had to make adjustments. I needed to either decide if I wanted to increase my hook size to meet gauge or if I just wanted to increase the size of the garment, which I ended up doing. I do have some give, so maybe I could have, instead of going up a couple, have even gone down one. I honestly think D, E, F. I went up like 2 sizes. So maybe I just needed to go up 1, but I really didn't want it to be too small or too form-fitting. That's just not something I wear very often. I don't want to size up my hook a ton because I didn't want the garment to be like super holey, which I felt like was going to happen if I sized up my hook too much because this yarn just must be thinner than what the creator used. So that was kind of like frustrating. It's like no fault of theirs. It's just every single yarn is different. So if you're going to choose to use something different, then you kind of need to be prepared to make the adjustments for this pattern, I believe. But like I said, I sized up quite a bit and it just worked out for me. In terms of like the actual yarn, I will say it is splitty. I talked about that earlier, and it's not like terrible, but like the longer you work with the yarn and the longer and farther you get into the project, the more annoying it gets because you're just like over it at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I just kept having to redo stitches because like I wouldn't get all of the pieces of the yarn, and that is annoying. But I think it is nice. It's nice and drapey. It doesn't feel like bulky. It's like soft, you know, it's good. So I think this was great for the price, and maybe we can use it in some future projects. I will say I think I have, what did I buy, like 5 of these? I think I have maybe 2.5 left, and then obviously a bunch of green and the white and the blue because I didn't use a ton of it for the color work. So the pattern, I think it was pretty easy to follow. Maybe not super beginner friendly because, you know, there are some things where they just say use like your preferred seaming method, and it doesn't really go into detail on that. So like in my head as like a former teacher, I'm always thinking like explain every single thing, you know. If you are like a beginner crocheter, there might be some things you have to look up, but you know, now that I feel like I'm a more experienced crocheter, I didn't really have to do any of that. There's a couple things I was thinking about after my tank top was done, and that was just like adding maybe a row of single crochet on the bottom or some single crochets around here and here to just clean it up a little bit. But let me know what you think, if you think it looks fine. I think at the time I was thinking of adding that to clean it up, also maybe add a little bit more coverage. I love that it is about like right where like my pant hit. There's just a little bit of overlap, which is perfect for me. I love that. I did, because of like the sizing being off, have to add like a bunch of rows, like 13 rows to this to make sure that it was long enough. And so, like I said, the sizing for me was just kind of all over the place, but it ended up working out. So what can you do? I had a bunch of ends to weave in, and that wasn't so bad. In the future, kind of worried about the straps stretching because of the way they are. I feel like I did one strap better than the other one, but I am worried that over time they're going to stretch out, and that's going to be something that I have to fix. So in terms of it being my first pattern test experience, I think it was really positive. It's nice to be able to create something that's not out yet, especially something that I was excited about, because like I told you, I wanted to do this, but I was really picky about like what I actually applied to. And the group chat was fun because I could see like what everyone else was doing, and it was just really cool to see like all the different ideas. I do need to still kind of edit some pictures, upload some feedback, so there's just a couple things that I'll probably put in there. I think I found maybe like one typo in the pattern, and then just I'll kind of include my notes on like sizing and things like that. Otherwise, giving it a thumbs up. The other test pattern that I didn't plan on doing that I did, as you know, was the pumpkin granny square. So this one is already out and it is a free pattern. Crazy, crazy. You could do so many things with these. So don't forget to check this out, especially for the fall. The release is honestly perfect and I adore doing this, and I'm working on a different project right now, but I really want to get back to these. So that's everything I had for this video. Thank you for being on this journey in this process of doing my first test crochet patterns. It was so fun. I definitely want to do more in the future, but I'm still going to continue to be really picky and specific about the ones that I apply for, because I don't want to apply for things that are not worth my time and I'm not super interested in. If you want to see more crochet content from me, make sure that you subscribe. I would love to have you back. Go ahead and like this video. It really helps me out, and I will see you next time. Bye.